And when the pandemic hit, it was like, I was doing security for large scale events, NFL games and stuff like that. And all of that grinded literally screeched to a halt and couldn't do anything. So I was literally sitting around the house 24/7. Well, for a year.
For a whole year.
Yeah.
So I got into making music. I mean, literally, I lost track of the 24-hour cycle. Just did not exist to me. I would be up at night, all night, and then I would sleep half the day away, and then I'd get up and it was right back to making beats.
Hey,
and then I'd go outside and I'd walk around. I'd go outside and walk. I had some balance.
Yeah,
I'd go outside, walk through the wood. I took like 2 hours and just went walking through the woods through a trail. Yeah. Saw deer running in front of me. I mean, to me, it was surreal, but it was a necessary way to kind of reset.
That's right.
Yeah, your health and wellness.
To some of the things that these devices have distracted us from. You know what I mean? Because that potential for me to do that, and I'm going to be hard on myself, was always there. I was just allowing other things to get in the way of me doing that. So that pandemic gave me the opportunity to see that, hey, all I had to do all along was just take the time to do it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So we like to talk about health and wellness here too, because we chose a plant-based lifestyle, and you guys look amazing. Y'all young and healthy. Do you have any other pointers? Like, how would you suggest that people take care of their bodies in dance and in art? Like, because that's, even though it may be paper and pen or paint and a computer, but there's some skills that you need to have with that overall 8 areas of wellness. Any advice you have for the young people while you have them in your hands?
My advice is, if you dance, don't stop dancing. Like, don't ever stop. Since a child, I was on dance teams in middle school, high school, even in college. It was the TNT and the Unleashed dance team in Durham. I danced all the time. And even coming back as a young adult, I like to go out on the weekends, and that was my exercise. Dancing is exercise.
It is. It
helps you stay fit. So if that's something you do, continue to do it. Because we have 2 coaches on our team, and one of them is a young They're both young adults. I just want to shout out Leasia Washington and Shania Watson. And she said to me, I hated that I stopped going hard when I did, because I can't get up and do some of the things that I used to do.
Wow.
And even me, I know I can't get down like I used to. But
can't do that straddle split no more, girl. Can't do that full split no more, girl.
Look at that little bit. Can't back
give you this half kick leg right there.
I can't even cartwheel no more. But see, that's the thing, is because I stopped. Had I never stopped and just been a parent and was just working, I could have continued. I stopped going out to the club and stuff. I stopped. Yeah. And so had I never stopped, I would probably still have that, flexibility, strength. So do not stop dancing. If you dance, continue to dance. Dance in the mirror, dance at home, dance in the bathroom. Just keep dancing.
Dance like nobody's watching.
That's right.
And how do you stay so fit? You mentioned skateboarding.
I was going to mention this, is support your local farm groups, farmers market. I think this is going viral in a way that they're finding out that these watermelons are plasticky, and these fruits really new, and it's that's what's happening in the grand scale top down things. But if you support natural foods, contribute so much to your health and your wellness as you age. So you're not having terrible gut problems, or that you have more energy when you're dancing, when you're out there in the hot sun doing something that you are doing. Health is important. It is our only thing that we have control of, and that's what feeds the brain, your movements, your conversation. Actually, a funny story. Whenever before I got here, I was at Bojangles, and as soon as I sat down and realized what time it was, and you texted me, I was like, "That's only 20 minutes." I kept.
We're connected.
I just chowed it down and just had to go. I know Bojangles is probably not the most healthiest, but it is a live chicken, and you can still see the bone, and it's got the rice. You got the biscuit.
Really stretching, trying to make that sound good.
Listen, y'all gotta endorse my And Nico over there at Bojangles, y'all better give him coupons or something over there.
But it was a good ride regardless here. But no, eating healthy is good. I think that's what keeps me healthy also, because I don't work well with processed foods. But that's also trained also, that gut biome in your stomach needs to be trained, and it's an important aspect. I see a lot of kids or adults at my age who cannot put down a good sushi roll or like a good something.
Don't look at me.
I was going to say, I feel attacked.
I'm sorry.
I love an avocado roll, man.
Avocado roll. That's what
I don't eat meat, but I will kill an avocado roll. Shout out to New Tokyo Express.
It's funny because we go in there, we get the same order every single time, and when she calls on the phone, they basically know her voice.
She's like, "Hey, friend, chopsticks, right?"
The order before we even finish.
Yeah, every time. So yeah, you're right though. That is so important. And even that activity, the creativity of sowing seeds, that's what you guys are doing in the arts. Arts are the seeds, like in a farm. Sometimes you sow the seed as a mentor. You may not even see the career flourish. You might not be the partaker of the tree that grows from the seed that you sow. Let's say you plant an apple tree. It takes years and years. So it takes us to continue this. Like she said, don't stop the music. Don't stop dancing. Don't stop your art. Don't stop giving yourself to the fertile ground of these minds that we have.
But you know what? And here's the sad part about it. It really depends on and weighs heavily on folks like us to do that. Reason being is, I don't know if you've heard, probably since, and the numbers that I'm looking at here, probably since about 2010 or so that I can remember, the government started doing what? Cutting arts funding in schools.
That's right.
It started slowly. And the numbers that I have here are for the State Department of Education in Oklahoma. It found that over 1,110 fine arts classes in 4 years were completely cut.
Wow.
Gone. The percentage is for another year was at least a 50% cut in budget. And imagine if, now let's bring this to a personal level. You work hard for your money. Imagine if somebody came up to you and said, you're taking a 50% cut, but you still got to live. You still got to do the things. You know what I mean? Art is very essential. Like you have always said, it's very key to developing creative thought and wellness.
Yeah.
You know, if you are a struggling artist who hasn't even had the opportunity to struggle, you're struggling even more because now you've seen it taken away from you. You know you can do it. You know you want to do it. You have the desire to do it, but you can't find the right structure to teach you how to do it. So organizations like the one that we have, Lee County Cultural Arts, organizations like the your local arts council, organizations like ABLE, organizations like yourself as far as the dance and your business as far as we're all contributing to possibly helping somebody fill that void that the government has decided just isn't important.
And shameless plug one more time, because our guest Deanna has to get to another engagement. But before you go, please let everyone know one more time where to find you so that they can get some participation with the Divas of Royal Dynasty.
Yes, ma'am. The Divas of Royal Dynasty. You can reach us on Facebook at Diva of Royal Dynasty. You can also reach us at our Gmail account is divas.royaldynasty24@gmail.com. And if anyone is looking to be scheduled for our event August 17th, please reach out to us. We are accepting all teams. Anyone want to come and showcase, just please reach out to us, and you can contact 919-935-1254. Miss Patrice Bethay.
Yes, and as soon as you have the opportunity, get us that flyer so we can share it with our folks.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
indeed.
ma'am.
Typing skills failed me just now. Can you give me that email one more time?
Yes, it's Divas, DIVAS .Royal Dynasty 24.
at gmail.com.
Let's get that lovely logo up there real quick so everybody can recognize the brand Divas of Royal Dynasty.
Yes. When you
Not
see
to
that
be confused with any other.
That's right. And we thank you so much for having us here. We really appreciate the opportunity to get the word out about what we're doing. We currently serve 9 girls, but it's our goal to have at least 20 girls. So we know that we're getting some mentorship out here in the community. And we do serve Lee County, Chatham County, and Hornet County. So please come see us Tuesdays, Thursdays, 1640 South Hornet Boulevard.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank
we
you.
definitely appreciate you coming through. Sorry you had to run, but it's been a great talk.
Yes.
And definitely looking forward to the 5 pillars of hip hop.
Yes, come dance with me.
Yes.
And so while I'm escorting her out of the building, Mr. Nico, we would like to share with our audience some footage that was recorded by one of the other pillars, and it's on your Instagram, right?
Yeah, I think he had it up on there.
Derek, you want to pull that up while we walk Miss Diva out?
She loves
Pleasure having you also and talking with you.
See you later.
Absolutely.
So once again, that was the Divas of Royal Dynasty. And so, Mr. Nico, explain this. I'm actually on your Instagram page now, so I'm going to have to go back to
It's all the way at the top because I just posted this
the
today.
clip.
Can I make a shout out to my boy who did this for me?
Go right ahead. Yes.
So Knowledge is actually the videographer for this program, and I met him like last week, I think, when we were at the Man Center, and we got to chatting and like knowing that he was the videographer. And of course, I also carry a camera around sometimes here and there and do some professional videography. So obviously we get into a conversation about that, and within like 3 days,
Yeah.
like I brought him into my studio, and like the next day he had a video already. I was just like very impressed with how quick he was able to turn that around, and like
So this is Knowledge's work right here. is
Yeah,
what
that's
you're
it.
saying. Okay, I like it. Shouts out to Knowledge Fox.
gotta throw his name out there. Yeah.
Video, and actually, while you're playing, he's a great MC as well. You know, he wears a few hats, but as far as his verbal ability, yeah, definitely nice on that mic. And you know, it's funny because, and my wife can tell you, sometimes it gets on her nerves, but I like to do different things.
What you talk about, Willis?
And I really wanted to, and I'm going to put this out there and see what you think about it. I when we interviewed you, I really wanted to do it in your tattoo shop
Oh,
while you're doing a tattoo or something.
oh man.
And yeah, that's just me. You know, I like doing that type of content, that type of just something a little different.
I gotta find you the right client. Now, what kind of client do you want? Do you want the screamer, or do you want the just like the talker, or you want the guy who just says nothing?
The talking screamer.
get a tattoo.
How's that?
Talking screamer. There we go. You can be
Now, which category do you fall in? Are you
Depends on what part of the body. If it's
okay?
the middle of my back, like all those tattoos on my back, it's like biceps are okay. That's nothing.
I had a guy the other week. It was we're doing a tattoo on his knee, and you know, I always get the rough end verbally. I get the verbal abuse because like
You get cussed out and kicked.
the words are flown in the air.
Yeah.
You know, like, but it's like I'm the one putting the needle in that skin, so it's like I get it, you know, but it's always a tough day for.
Yeah, I hear you. I have two. I have this one and another one over here, and I've contemplated getting another one, but I believe in balance. So if I got one more, I'd have to get two total. So it would probably be on the shoulders.
Let's go.
So I've considered it, but like I said, it has to be two.
Don't talk about it. Be about it now.
I guess, but and you
Don't
know,
get me trying
you know
to
what the funny
convince you to
part
get a
is.
tattoo because I'm good at sales.
You know what the funny part is, though.
What's that?
I'm terribly afraid of needles.
He's needle phobic. He'll pass out.
Oh, you got.
So let's
I know.
let's
Go
film
figure.
him. Let's
Go
film
figure.
him.
It'll be
I think he's going to be the interviewee. I'll take the camera. Tell me where it ails you.
Yeah.
No, but I got both of these during rough times in my life, and it was, I guess, the easing pain of it. It's hard to explain, but going through it, it was something that I challenged myself to do, knowing that I did not like needles, but I wanted to do it because this one is in memory of my son that I lost. And this is I don't know if you've ever heard of the record label Nervous Records. This was actually their logo, and it has my DJ name going through it, even though it's a little faded right now.
It's a lot faded.
It's a little old.
Hey, and
so
just
if you can retouch it.
Hey, we can do a segment on this, and like going back to this program that we're trying to market out there. So you may be wanting, and in that age group, to be like maybe a tattoo artist. It is a very common thing now. Graffiti is part of that. Mm-hmm. So like the fact that I can direct you in that, and also show you a style in graffiti that is also part of this performance. It's another opportunity to like get your hands on with like the inks. That's what it's about. Get more ink. Like I realized one day that I might spend like a good pair of shoes on a Nike, and it gets inked on it. Like I've embraced that part that like I have a reason that I have paint on my brand new shoes, man. Like I had to embrace it. It's tough.
It's amazing that you mentioned it, because there's an artist, and he's moved on from some things. He's evolved as an artist. Akio Evans. He has keys to the city. He designs one-of-one shoes. He started out in the back of a barbershop in East Baltimore doing tattoos, and he's started putting graffiti and different artwork on clothing. Before we had the crickets and all of that other stuff, he was doing it by hand, like straight up paint, cutting out pieces.
Yeah, it's still a
different media. And so he has reached a broad celebrity clientele. Different museums have his pieces. He does major events. I was just thinking about you spilling ink. He does custom shoes for people like Dave Chappelle, like famous people or people who are historians and political situations that happen in the news. And I mean, he has another day job, but he's made the art his life. Yeah.
And speaking on mentorships, imagine if you get like a link up with that, like just because you had a little bit of taste of like the arts or the graffiti, or whether it be dancing or DJ or MCing. Like that's what it takes to like really put yourself into those scenarios, so that when you get the opportunity, you flourish, or at least you understand a little bit about the knowledge or vocabulary.
Yeah. Did you want to say anything about any of the other instructors, the other creative part of the team?
Go ahead and ask a couple of other questions, and I'll pull that up.
We have Nico, who's doing the graffiti art, history of that. And we have Deanna Dowdy, who's doing the segment. Then we also have Mac, which we were hoping we could get him on the show today. Mac, the Black Sheep, is going to be teaching styles of MCing from different eras and different genres of hip hop. Then we also have what else we got? We have Nikisha is going to be doing the fashion design, then beat making as you. And then we also have Knowledge Fox, who is a videographer in the documentary of the entire thing. And of course, we can't leave out the creative Sandra Lemus, who has been managing to pull people together and help to organize and gain the instructors that we have.
Yeah, shout out to the fact that she was just at the Juneteenth up and coming, constantly does these programs to help the community, and I love her energy about it.
Indeed. So did you have some more information about that? Well, we can get that up. But before we get that up, what would be your takeaway from today's conversation? Like, what nuggets did you get because we hope that on our show that we not only pull from you, but that we pour back into you. What would you say that you could take from this show tonight, this conversation with Deanna, and moving forward, what could you take out into the community and share?
What a wonderful studio you have here.
Well, we can't take the credit for it. We just live here.
Really?
We're at North Carolina studio run by today's creative. Tim Robbins and his lovely family run this building.
The whole building.
This building, yes. And we are expanding. They are expanding downstairs with a production studio. Check them out online, NC Studio.
I have been very curious about what goes on here because I know that I have some friends here who got a room for like conferences or like meetings and stuff like that.
The
It's a really dope conference room.
Yeah, so now that I'm finally in here, like now I get a little bit of taste. So it's like this is very awesome and necessary.
Oh,
and
great.
It's enjoyable to see other people doing what they love and like know that purpose is there being shared in public or and that's what it's about. If it's the takeaway, it's the example. It's seeing others progress and doing the necessary things so that we can mentor these kids or students of all types to really have some common grounds or at least steer them in the right path rather than depression and anxiety.
Yes.
And we all have it. We can tell you all about it if that is something that keeps you from signing up your kids to these events. And I'm here because obviously that I want to get more students for my class, but also to show to the parents, like, do this for your kids. You won't regret it, like, because at least you'll have them out of your sight for about 6 hours.
Not just that.
That's one way to look at it.
Yes, indeed. And another way to express the safety of the program, there was an intensive interview process. There was an application. There were background checks. So just to show you, I think he just pulled it up on the screen. Our creative team with the Alliance of Black Leaders and Educators, the 5 Pillars of Hip Hop, Music and Arts Camp, which
and I had to find some appropriate music.
June 19th through the 21st with a finale show on the 22nd. You guys want to come out and check that out. Go ahead and run through.
Keywords. Free.
It's for free.
Finale.
It's for
you
free.
can come in on that Saturday and catch a free presentation that I'm putting it out there in the atmosphere now. It's gonna be off the chain. Trust me. Don't want to miss it. We got the MC Mac the Black Sheep. We got the fashion designer Miss Nakisha McIver. Oh, look at that. We got the artist, Mr. Nico Boncales.
It's a younger version.
The younger version. We have the dancer, Miss Deanna Johnson, who you just saw. And there we go. The videographer, Mr. Knowledge Fox. You're just exploiting the culture. Who are these folks?
I don't know. They look like you and I.
Who are these folks?
You and I.
Special consultant, myself and Miss Camilla ChynaGroove Collins, Washington.
You and I.
Yes. And of course, the before spoken of Miss Sandra Linus,
the special consultant.
And you know what I noticed? Shame on her.
What?
There's one person missing.
Who's that?
The glue that binds it all together.
Herself. Angel Mills.
This is Angel Mills.
Yes, the visionary.
Yes.
The executive
big shouts out to Angel Mills for pulling this all together. Folks, when I tell you she is organized, wow.
To the T.
To pull this together has taken, an enormous effort. It's definitely going to be worthwhile checking out. Again, starts on the 19th, Juneteenth, and ends on the 22nd. I know it says the 21st, but the actual camp parts of it, where they're going to be learning in an interactive manner, happen the 19th through the 21st, followed up by a grand finale performance, pulling it all together.
All together.
All together. I love it.
Yes.
I'm psyched, and I'm happy and honored to be a part of it. And
our babies,
I was just
our little models are going to do the intro.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a little intro. So that our babies, our junior models from Lee County Cultural Arts will be making their debut, their first show. We have 5 to 11-year-olds in our group. So this will be your future mentees, your future participants for next year's program, possibly.
Oh yeah,
indeed.
Looking forward to it.
So if all hearts and minds are cleared, is there anything else you want to share and tell people where they can find you again on Instagram, or what's your handle? And
so you can look me up on Instagram at Veracity Tattoos. Or you can go to my main website, which is particularly really overall my portfolio of things that I've worked on, like what I'm able to service all through the arts, like graphic arts, videography, photography. I may take in knowledge to like kind of work with me on videos also, so I'm excited with that.
And what's the website again?
OCINPros.com. It is OCINPros.com.
OCINPros.com.
Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much for coming and sharing and giving your time today, because we know you're a busy man. Indeed. So we're looking forward to all of this and more. So you know what time it is.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Definitely. Not a problem. It was our pleasure. We look forward to seeing again what each and every pillar brings to the table. I'm gonna be like a kid in a candy store. I can't make it on the first 2 days, but I got you on the last 2. So I'm excited.
Super excited. It's amazing. So with that being said, this is what we like to call a wrap.
It's a what?
It's a wrap.
It's a who?
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.